Well, hello there, everybody. Meteorologist Rebecca Sweet here, joined along with
Meteorologist Julia Kwedi.
And this is going to be a new Tuesday series that we have coming up where we are going to discuss, different weather topics. If there's like a hot topic that comes up that week, we'll kind of talk about that. But this is meant to be like super informal, really fun, just kind of like diving into where our thoughts are at for the forecast, right? What do you think, Julia?
Yeah, kind of give us the opportunity to nerd out a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, about beyond our forecast here at home and maybe kind of venture into what's happening across the country too.
Yeah, totally. I love that. Well, and plus, wait till you see all the cool things that we have coming up like in the near future, like things outside of like even our realm, but hearing from other experts about how the forecast impacts them. So we're super excited about that. But for today, Julia, today's kind of like my first day back after being off for a couple days. Tell me, the forecast has been like a roller coaster. I'm going to pull up the weather headlines so you can kind of talk about that.
Yes, it's been a bit of a roller coaster for us for sure. I think yesterday, a perfect way to describe yesterday's forecast would say it's lopsided.
Yeah.
Because we started off super warm. We had mild temperatures hanging on to those upper 60s to lower 70s. Then because of the timing of that cold front's arrival in our area, we saw our temperatures drastically really start to fall over the course of the day.
It was gross.
Yeah, it was a little gross. And it was breezy too to go along with that on top. Yeah. So a little bit of a yucky day besides the morning.
I took my kiddo yesterday to the playground and it was the same story. Like I saw all these parents who had their kids in shorts and t-shirts because I know it was so warm to start off the day. And then in my heart, I was like, oh, they just didn't know. They didn't watch the forecast.
Yeah.
And so then they were out there, like their kids were freezing. They were freezing.
Yeah.
And I was like, here comes this cold front. But today's a little bit of a different day. Today's like more of like a quote-unquote normal day.
Absolutely. We're starting off a little bit cool.
Yeah.
Still, of course, impacts from that cold front. Temperatures into the 30s over closer towards the plateau. Most of us here in the valley, maybe mid to upper 40s, will warm up as we head towards the afternoon. Also, we'll get the sunshine back coming in, looking at mostly cloudy skies to start off this morning, mostly sunny by this afternoon, and temperatures topping out into those lower 60s.
Yeah.
So we'll see some improvement over the course of the day.
So what did you think about the 80s this last weekend?
Oh,
was it like too warm or was it perfect for you?
I was thriving. No, I'm a bit of an oddball, and I will always call myself out on this. You can give me 80s, 90s, 100s. I would have been okay in Phoenix, okay?
No
With their
way,
temperatures,
no
I would have been happy. I would have been
there
happy.
was a moment this last weekend on Sunday where I was like, it is kind of like, it's a little hot. Like, dare I say it's a little hot. Did you turn on your AC?
No.
You did not?
No.
How warm do you keep your house?
See, this is another...
It's embarrassing. I think you actually told me this.
It's not embarrassing. I own my stuff. Okay. I'm happy. I'm proud. No,
Wait, so what's the thermostat at?
80. Like, I'll turn it on. I'll turn on the air conditioner when we get to like 84, 85. Then I'm like, okay, it's getting a little toasty.
Oh, my Lord. Do you not sweat at night?
I do, but I'll just turn the fan on. And then I'll just be okay.
William, over here, our podcast, he's shaking his head too. William agrees.
Everyone
we like
shakes
it cold,
their head at
don't
me.
we? I feel like William and I like it cold.
Yeah. Oh, no, for sure. I keep my house at like 67.
Oh, my Lord.
Yes.
So, yeah, y'all are crazy.
No, I think we keep ours like upper 60s, lower 70s
I will freeze to death.
That's why you wear layers. I think I'd rather sleep cold than sleep warm.
I don't know. For me, I like the idea. I want to be like dressed like it's summertime in my house. I want tank tops, shorts.
Okay.
I don't want to be layered up.
So we all know if I go to Julia's house, y'all will see me sweat, and I'll bring my own personal fan. Okay, so yeah, as you see from your weather headlines, again, we do have some rain showers that are going to be possible by the end of the week, which I really think we need this moisture. We'll get to more on that. But we're back into the 70s. So Julia is going to be happy by the end of the week where it is going to be trending much warmer, which I'd say like 75 and some cloud cover. That's like perfect. My kids have soccer practice on Thursday, so I'll be happy about that. You mentioned, Julia, just moments ago, like we're looking at the jet stream. Sorry, folks.
Very informal, like you said.
Super informal. Didn't even turn my phone on vibrate.
I'm going to keep that in the edit.
Sorry. So, Julia, you mentioned that we had some super hot temperatures out west.
Yes.
Kind of go into detail about that.
Yes. So we had a bit of a heat dome situation. This area of very strong high pressure that's really centered over in the southwest. It promoted these record-breaking high temperatures that we saw across Southern California, parts of Nevada, parts of Arizona as well. Specifically over in Phoenix, they saw their earliest triple-digit weather over there. So, of course, that was record-breaking within itself. And just now, we can see over the jet stream, still somewhat centered over the southwest currently, so they're still going to see pretty warm temperatures today. Not record-breaking. I think today over in Phoenix, they're expecting their high temperature to be around 98 degrees, so still very warm, but no longer in the triple digits.
I know. Isn't that crazy? I mean, when I saw that, I was like, dang. I mean, that's, when we think in our mind across the country, like, I feel like when you think think of Phoenix, you think of like, Nevada, California, like you automatically think of warm weather. But when you realize, oh my gosh, we're still in March.
Yeah.
Like this is very early on for those areas. But as we look at the jet stream, I mean, this warmer air is potentially going to be pushing its way into our region as we get closer to the start of April.
Yes, I'm super excited about how this trend is looking right now. It looks like we'll have maybe a bit more for promotion for warmer weather, back closer towards maybe slightly above average conditions ahead for us towards the end of March and maybe into the beginning of April. So you'll hear no complaints from me on that.
Yeah, and that's exactly what the Climate Prediction Center is showing as well. So this is a look. We'll get to that in just a moment. This is the forecast high. So you mentioned in Phoenix today, we're not going to be quite into the triple digits, but 98.
98.
I mean, but it's a dry heat, so it's a little bit of a different heat as well.
Yes, it is a bit different. I like a dry. Okay, I love heat, period.
Yeah.
So I'm okay with a little bit of humidity. Of course, you'll get that down south in Texas and, of course, nearby the coastal bend. But getting closer towards, of course, over in the west, you're looking at more of a dry heat. But honestly, that can have some of its bits of uncomfortability tied to that, too, because sometimes that heat can maybe feel a bit more overbearing because you feel the sun truly baking your skin.
Which is not fun.
No.
Which is totally not fun. I was going to ask you, do you prefer, like, have you been here this summer yet? You've not been here for a summer, have you?
I got here towards, like, into the fall.
Okay. You just wait. I know you're used to humidity coming down from Texas before you came here. It's like the first summer that I spent here, I was trying to go outside for a run, and I was like, this is not going to happen. Like, this is pretty miserable right now. So your first summer, I think you'll be pleasantly surprised by how humid it is here.
I'm excited.
But temperatures here locally, again, going to be super nice, back into the 60s. We look ahead. I mean, look at the country.
Yeah.
This is into the start of April. So this is the Climate Prediction Center. For those of you who are wondering, because I like to post these graphics onto social media purely because I think it gets like people's reactions. They're like, oh, what are you going to say going into the future? But this is where, again, we just look at climate data. We look at the jet stream. We kind of get a feel for what is going to be happening across the country. And when it's all red here, this means above average.
Yeah.
Which means a good portion of the country is going to start to get kind of that nice spring feel. And what I love about this, Julia, is it's like right in time for Easter.
Yes, I didn't even notice that.
I know.
Yeah.
So won't that be nice? Like having a solid Easter, maybe a little bit warmer. Kids can wear their pretty dresses, do Easter egg hunts.
Yeah.
What we do need though is some rain.
Yep.
Yeah. We've been really dry as of lately.
We have. We had some subtle rain chances here and there, but just the amounts of rainfall that we've gotten from those stray rain opportunities have been so minuscule that it hasn't been helpful in the long run.
Yeah. And I know yesterday you did a stream too talking about some of the burn bans that we had here across the region.
Yes, that as well, especially because just how dry things have been because these several cold fronts that have been passing through across, not even just for our region here, but across the southeast. And of course, as we all know, cold fronts, that's cool, dry air, so that promotes low relative humidity.
Yeah.
And that on top with strong gusty winds that we had in place yesterday, those are two combinations that can cause an issue for fire risk.
I know, and air quality. I think a lot of people, they
too.
noticed because of the smoke that we had in place over this weekend. Thankfully, we didn't have like an air quality alert.
Which I was a little surprised, especially
on
Saturday.
Remember I messaged you? I was like, do we have an air quality alert in place for
and
today?
I was like, I looked and no, we don't, because I was surprised because it was hazy for sure on Saturday, but then with the timing of that cold front, it did kind of help push some of that out of the area on Sunday into Monday, but it's been a bit hazy lately from those
So thankfully, I think we should start to see some like relief from that, maybe some more rain by the end of the week. And then I like the look of this from the Climate Prediction Center. I mean, maybe showing a little bit more of an above average rainfall. What is that saying? Like April showers bring May flowers?
Yes.
So maybe we need to do this. A lot of people have also been asking me about when's the appropriate time to start planting. Ooh. And I was like, let's wait maybe a solid more week, because I know we have temps like into the early part of next week, still into the 30s. So I was like, maybe just give it like one more week. And then we get into the start of April, and I think you'll be able to start doing some of that outdoor planting without any other concerns.
Yeah, because you don't want to worry about like your morning temps being so cold that your poor plant babies suffer in the morning.
I know, or you have to cover them up or something. I am no green thumb expert. I raise kids, and that's what I do. I do not raise plants.
That's hilarious.
But this has been fun. Julia, I'm so excited about this.
I think it's going to be a start of really something great.
Hey, if y'all have any questions for us too, so you guys can find Julia and I over on social media, Facebook, Instagram. And if you guys want, if you have a weather question that you want us to maybe do a topic on here, or a Q&A question for William, maybe, you let us know.
I don't know anything about the weather.
Yeah, but William has some really good input. He really does. So, hey, if you want to join us again, we're going to be doing this every Tuesday from here on out. So thanks, everybody.
Yay.